Okay.
Okay, so for my interview, I had Leslie Bowe. She's a reporter for WOAI. So I got to spend the day with her, but I spent like half of her work shift because she works from 3 to 12. And that was something that she brought up during the interview, is that as a news reporter, it's not your regular 9 to 5 job. You're sometimes working a 3 to 12 shift like her and working other crazy hours like all night or all mornings. So that was one of the things I got out of as far as how her regular day went. We actually got to interview on the actual set, like where the anchors sit. Mm-hmm. So we got to sit there, and then I took a picture and I posted it on Twitter. So it looks like we're actually doing the news. And then during that, they had like all the cameras there, so I was seeing myself on camera, and it was pretty cool. I actually got to see how it would feel and how it would look. She even got
describe what the set was like.
Oh, the set? Okay, so it's like kind of like this. It has like a step up on it. And then I fell off the chair because the little chair doesn't have any back, and you have to like get on a stool, then sit on the chair. And I tried to sit on the chair like all together, and it just went. And I was like, oh my God. So I was glad they weren't filming. Yeah. So we talked about like where she had traveled. That was another benefit from working as a news reporter. She was able to work in Austin, do a lot of internships there at the Capitol. She also went to Austin? Yes, UT in Austin. She has her degree in broadcasting and political science. She majored in political science because of the fact that as a news reporter, you kind of have to be aware of a variety of topics. You know, one day you will be reporting about something with politics. Another day it'll be something with technology. So you have to kind of be aware of all this little variety of topics, you know, be familiar. And so I asked her, you know, as a news reporter, when you don't know, where do you go? What do you rely on? She says a lot of times that she's reporting, she's actually looking at her Twitter feed. So she's seeing what BBC News is reporting about Ferguson, or what Huffington Post is posting about the president when he's coming up to speak. So a lot of times they're not just sitting there reading off the teleprompter, they're there looking at their Twitter feed as well. And then getting a new script that they're like a late breaking news. So she was saying how you have to be multitasking while you're up there. And I tell her it looks like they're just sitting there and just reading the story, when in reality they're actually looking at what other news reporters are reporting on and the latest news that's coming up. Another thing we discussed was interning like everybody else. She interned in Washington, D.C. as well as there in Austin. She said just like your basic, always try and intern wherever you can. Because although it may not be like a big job, you're still going to take something from that internship. So that was some good advice that she gave me. I asked her what she thought would be the best school in Texas for journalism, and she went with UT Austin. So I think she was a bit biased on that, but that was pretty much our interview. I mean, it was kind of quick, but she was going really fast because she actually had to go to KABB because they're now merging together. And that was something else that we talked about. I asked her, now we're in an internet age, so going forward, what does that mean for news reporters? Are they going to need us as much? Because now you don't have to sit down and watch the 6 o'clock news or wait till the 10 o'clock news. Now it's on Twitter and you're already updated. So that's kind of a challenge as a news reporter, is how to keep updated with the latest news and how to make it more compelling so that you are tuning in and you're not just seeing it on Twitter or seeing it on a social media and then that's it for the day as far as news goes. So that was one of the challenges that she was saying. I asked her how a news reporter and the industry as a whole would be able to improve because we're in this internet age. And she just basically said just still staying in touch with the audience, making sure that they have their input, we know what they want to hear, things like that. Because basically it's us serving the public with our stories. So all in all, it was a pretty good interview. She was really nice. Yeah. She always responded to my emails. We did it late. We actually interviewed on Monday before class. Wow. So it was kind of late, but she took some time.
What about skill sets? Did she talk about what skills need to be developing while you're in school?
Skill set? She said knowing how to do it all. She said when she first started out, before you'd have to work your way up from a small media all the way up to like what San Antonio has. We have like a medium media set. So
medium-sized market.
Medium-sized market, right?
New York, LA, Chicago.
Right, the big ones. So she was saying when she was working her way up, she had to know how to do it all. So you have to know how to edit. You have to know how to stay in charge, right?
How to shoot a story.
How to shoot a story, how to be a producer. Do you know how to put it on air? Do you know where to edit and cut? Do you know the time management? So you have to be able to multitask and know how to do it all basically now.
Did she say anything about writing?
Oh yeah, of course, writing with the storytelling. Like I said, you have to be able to keep that story compelling in order for our audience to stay in tune and to watch, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that was her. What she said that you needed a skill set in the business.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So you think you want to do it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going for it.
Good.
Yes,
Cool.
ma'am.
Sounds like you had a great experience.
Mm-hmm.